This tutorial is intended to help you get started with what's involved in doing citation, putting your papers and citations in proper format according to the guidelines provided by your instructor. If you're not yet clear exactly what citation means and why it is required in academic papers, please first watch the video entitled Citation What and Why in KBCC's Citation LibGuide. The specific way your in-text citations and list of sources should be presented on paper is something your instructor will indicate. He or she may require a particular approach for their own purposes, or a popularly used academic format such as the Modern Language Association's MLA format, often used in English classes, or the American Psychological Association's APA guidelines, commonly shared by social sciences classes, or something else altogether. There are many manuals, online guides, and tools available for doing citation in these formats, and the library can help you find and use them. Each format is quite similar with several small differences. In MLA, a basic in-text citation for a book might look like this. Here's a sentence that needs a citation. The citation will appear in parentheses before the period, will include the author's last name, followed by the number of the page which contains the idea your statement refers to. The short note in parentheses gives enough information to indicate where to look in the list of sources at the end of the paper, which is alphabetized by the author's last name. The full citation for this book found there should include the author's full name, the title of the book in italics, and finally the name of the company that published the book, followed by a comma and the year it was published. Each item of information is followed by a period. While the citation for the same sentence may be very similar in APA and would still include the author's last name, APA requires that the publication year be included rather than the page number, with a comma separating the name and date. The corresponding entry on the sources page is also similar but different, including the author's last name with initials instead of first name, year of publication in parentheses followed by a period, title of the book also in italics, but only the first letter and proper nouns are capitalized, followed by another period, then the city where the book was published, followed by a colon, and finally the publisher name and a period. Notice that both formats use parenthetical citation, in-text citations within parentheses, rather than numbered footnotes or endnotes which may be used in some other formats. Citation rules differ from format to format based on many factors. Whether you're rephrasing ideas from a source or quoting them word for word, how long a quoted passage is, whether the source has 1, 2, 3 or more authors, whether the author, publication information, or some other detail about a source is unknown, whether the source is a book, anthology, or compilation, a video program or live lecture, whether it's print or electronic, just to name a few of the many possible factors which will affect how your citation is presented. Besides specifying the way that citations are presented, each format has slightly different rules regarding almost every other aspect of how the paper is laid out as well. This may include whether or not the paper requires a cover page, how the paper's title and author information, page margins, line spacing, and page numbers are typeset, how headings are presented, what fonts are acceptable, and so forth. The various formats are similar, but just different enough that people sometimes find the rules for each confusing and hard to remember. The good news is that this all rapidly becomes easier with practice, and there are shortcuts. Because citation formats are similar, it doesn't take long to get the hang of it. Once your paper and in-text citations are in proper format, most of the work is in finding examples of how to list the types of sources you have and presenting your information in the same way. Much help can be found in citation format guides, such as those available for free on Purdue Online Writing Lab, which feature example papers and lots of samples of full citation entries for different types of sources to base your own work on. Software such as Noodle Tools, offered through KBCC's library's website, which automatically puts your source information in the desired citation format and helps organize and manage your research, can also save you a lot of work and time. Check out the short video tutorials for each of these resources on KBCC's Citation LibGuide to learn how to use them. Ask the KVCC library staff for help with this and any other research-related assistance that you may need.